money got longer, speaker got louder, car got faster. Turn to a sound.
Yo, what's up NBA fans? Back today with my second mock draft. My first one on my channel, you can check it out, it's pretty good. Got a lot of support, really happy about that. Forgot to say thanks in my last few videos, but let's get started on today's mock draft. Today, let's start with the first pick in the NBA draft. The Boston Celtics will again select Markelle Fultz. This is my last mock draft. Pretty obvious, he's the #1 player in this draft. There's not much to discuss. He averaged 25, 5, and 5 at Washington. I know you could say that they weren't successful, they didn't win a lot of games, they only won 9 games, but who the fuck cares? Like, this guy is a beast. This guy is a future all-star, future maybe Hall of Famer, question mark, maybe? I don't know, but this man is going to be amazing. He can play great off Isaiah Thomas, he can be a great shooting guard or point guard for them. Depends where they want to put him, but I know Brad Stevens can find a place to put him, so this man is a consensus overall #1 pick, and it'd be retarded if the Boston Celtics didn't take him. Next pick in the NBA draft, the Lakers rigged, but nah, the Lakers get Lonzo Ball. It's a pretty obvious pick, everyone knows they're going to take him. He's the hometown kid, played at Chino Hills, which is in LA. He went to UCLA, which is in LA, and now he's going to play for the Lakers. It's a pretty obvious choice. Not much to say about this. He's a great passer. He's not a great scorer. He's not going to average over 20 at most of his career. I think he can hit it maybe once or twice, but he's not going to be a prolific scorer in the NBA. But he's going to be a great ball handler, and he'll move D'Angelo Russell to the 2, which I think would be a natural position for him. He's not a natural, or he is a natural ball handler, but he's more like a tweener kind of guard. He's not like a, what do you mean? What was I gonna say? Like, he's not like a, I don't know, he's not like your dominant ball handler. Like, he's kind of like, I would say James Harden, but James Harden's been the ball handler for the Lakers now, but, not like the Rockets, but he's like kind of like a tweener combo guard like Jordan Clarkson is. He's not like the main ball handler, so Lonzo Ball will come in and help this team out a lot. He'll create plays for them, and he will just make all their rookies and young players better. Alright, next pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers, who got lucky and lucked into this pick. They decide to take Josh Jackson, small forward out of Kansas. Obvious #3 player, so Lonzo, Fultz, and Jackson are the #3 players on my board and most people's, and these players are all amazing. Josh Jackson can be a great, like, I don't know, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard kind of player. Like, he's a great scorer. He needs to develop a jump shot. He has potential as a defender. He's the by far best defender in this draft, and he has a lot of potential, and I think that he can be really good coming up. And I think that he can help the development of this young Sixers team. It's either him or Malik Monk, but I'm not sure if they want to take Monk this early. But both these players would be amazing for them. Jackson needs to develop his jump shot though, so I don't know if the spacing would be great with him. But still, you can't pass up on a talent like this. Man, the Suns got fucked in the draft. Like, really, they didn't luck into any good pick. They got fucked when it came to the lottery, and they winded up with the 4th pick. They should have had the 2nd pick. They were awful this year. Devin Booker needs help, and he's going to get it here with Jayson Tatum. So they could have had Josh Jackson or Lonzo Ball or maybe even Fultz if they would have lucked into a good pick, but it seems like the Suns always get screwed when it comes to draft, but who cares? It's the Suns, and they haven't won anything. They're not going to win anything, in my opinion, maybe, but the Suns take Jayson Tatum. He's going to be a great scorer. Him and TJ Warren might bump heads just because TJ Warren's like a pretty average player, and I don't know if he's going to take his spot immediately, but maybe they could. I don't know how this would work out with Tatum, but I don't know. They don't really have any glaring needs besides that. They have a point guard. They have Eric Bledsoe. They have Brendan Knight. Then they also have Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Marquise Chris, and Dragon Bender. They need a center, but there's not a center of value here, so I think the best player for them to take here would be Jayson Tatum, just to develop him and turn him into a great scorer besides Devin Booker. This next pick to the Kings, this pick is going to be amazing for them. They needed a great player, and they're going to get it here, Malik Monk. I think that Monk can be a great scorer next to, Buddy Hield. And I think that this rebuilding is going to go well with these young players coming in. I don't know how Monk and Hield are going to mesh together, but I think they can figure it out. Malik Monk's a great scorer. He must be off ball. And I think the point guard that I have them taking the next few picks is going to help out with this too. He's going to be a great facilitator for them, and he's going to average a lot of assists and help out with the development of Hield and Monk. The Sacramento Kings, they need to just get more talent on their team. They are awful, just god awful. This team is trash. Like, I don't know. I feel bad for Kings fans, but this team will get better in this draft with these 2 picks coming up, and they'll just develop more talent, and slowly they'll get better. This next pick to the Magic, Dennis Smith. This guy is a great scorer, great isolation player, get you a basket whenever you need it. Needs to work on his playmaking, needs to work on his defense, but this Magic team doesn't need that. They need a scorer. They need someone to handle the ball for them. I know they have Elfrid Payton who can distribute the ball, and that's nice and all. He averaged he got a couple triple doubles this year, but who really cares? That's not that important. They need a franchise player. I know they have Aaron Gordon. Dennis Smith will go great next to him. They can be a great pick and roll combo. They can be a great offensive duo. Fast breaks would be deadly with them. I can already see Gordon rising up and slamming on whoever's in his way. Dennis Smith will be a great player for them. Just needs to develop. I don't know if it's the best place for him to develop, but they just need a star player, and I believe Dennis Smith can be a star. Alright, next pick goes to the Timberwolves. This pick is pretty obvious with who's on the board already. They don't need a wing. They don't need a... or they could use a wing. They only have like Shabazz Muhammad and Andrew Wiggins, but there aren't any good wings of value here. Maybe Jim Jackson. Fuck, I forgot his name. But they could use Justin Jackson. My bad, I forgot his name. But they could use Justin Jackson, maybe. But I have him taking Jonathan Isaac. He could be like kind of a tweener, 4-3 player that could be a great wing player for them. Going forward, he could be next to Andrew Wiggins and Cat, and they could form a deadly starting lineup with these young players. Put Chris Dunn in there, Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Isaac, and Cat. That's a great starting lineup for the future. Alright, next pick, the Knicks take Frank. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Don't want to even try. The last name's hard as hell, but he's a point guard from, I think, France. And he is a great defender. He's a great pick and roll player. He'll facilitate for this team. He will create plays for them, and he'll just overall be an upgrade over Derrick Rose, who was a very I don't want to say selfish, but he was just like, I'll score and then you can get your points. Like, he was a him first player, and he didn't want to just like pass the ball. He wanted to score for himself, and he wanted to get plays for himself. But Frank will help out this team. He'll help out the development of Kristaps Porzingis. He will help Melo off ball. He'll help Courtney Lee. He'll help all these players, and I think he may struggle a little bit in his rookie year just with some offensive things, but this guy will be great going forward in the future, and this is a start for fixing the Knicks. Alright, this is what I was talking about earlier, the Kings pick. They needed a facilitator, and they're getting one here with De'Aaron Fox. I know he shouldn't fall this far, but it's the way my mock draft worked out. I think that De'Aaron Fox will be great for this Kings team. He'll just be a great facilitator. He will help out Malik Monk and Buddy Hield, and he'll just be an overall great addition to this team. I know they have Skal Bissiere, Willie Cauley-Stein. I know someone got mad at me last video for saying that the Kings team was trash, but kinda is. But they're adding new additions, and I think they'll be great going forward. All these teams are adding great talent, and I think these picks will just be amazing for them going forward. They're building a foundation for a great team. If their front office can get something going, if they can just get some stability in their office, they will be alright. I'm gonna skip a few picks and we're going to the Nuggets. Alright, so I have them taking Justin Jackson. I think Justin Jackson will be a great scorer for him. He was great at North Carolina, hit some big shots for them, averaged 20 plus points, and he was just an overall great player. Stayed till his senior year. He's polished. they need a replacement for Danilo Gallinari. I don't think they're going to re-sign him this offseason. They don't really have a reason to. He won't really help them that much, and I think that Justin Jackson will come in and fill this wing role that they'll be missing without, and it'll just help you get younger. But I think he'll come in and be a great addition to this Nuggets team, and I think this may be the move to push him over the edge for the first time in like five years. It's been a while, but I think Justin Jackson will be a great addition next to Gary Harris, Nikola Jokic, and all those other players. Alright, next pick we're going over Harry Giles to the Heat. I think he'll kind of be like the replacement for Chris Bosh, because Chris Bosh has I forgot, he had something, but he had some issues, and he had some health issues that made him off the court. I think Harry Giles would be a great replacement for him. Hopefully he can come back, but I think Harry Giles can fit straight into this lineup. I know he didn't have a great year at Duke last year, but he showed a lot of potential in high school, and he just going to be, I think he'll be a great player in the NBA. This lineup will be nice. This Heat team will be storming back next year. They went 30-11 after the halfway mark of the season, and I think adding Harry Giles and their foundation that they already have right now will be a great addition, and I think they can be a solid team and a solid contender next year from the East. Alrighty, last pick I'm going over. Pacers select Jarrett Allen. I'm always going to cover this man. I met him in real life. He's a great guy. Very nice. I'm from Texas, and he went to the University of Texas, so always got to rep the orange and white, you know, hook 'em horns. But Jarrett Allen's a great player, very polished post scorer. He has a developed kind of mid-range shot, and he was trying to stretch it out. Three wasn't very successful, but he can develop that. And I think he and Miles Turner will fit great next to each other. They're both kind of like the same kind of player, like a post player that can kind of stretch it out. And they're both very lengthy and long, like athletic players that can get blocks, can defend. And mostly I did this just for a Texas duo, you know, a double hook 'em horns. And if Miles Turner takes his dreads out, they can be Pro Bros again, just like Jarrett Allen had at Texas. But this concludes my mock draft. What do you think? Who do you have going to who? Post your mock draft in the description and subscribe. I'm out.